Hello, party people. Today is my birthday. I thought I would do a quick little video today talking about my 3 original rules, and I came up with these gradually, but they sort of came together around 10 years ago. And 10 years ago was the 10-year anniversary of like my high school graduating high school. And so I happened to be out with some friends, and we noticed that there were a lot of like really young looking kids around, and they were all dressed the same. They were all dressed like nerds, and we were like, what's with the nerds? And so we asked them like what is this, what's the theme about? And they told us it was their graduation. They'd just graduated, and that was like what they'd all agreed, like the whole year had agreed on that theme. So I went around dispensing my 3 nuggets of wisdom, the 3 things that I had come up with by that point in my life. And so here they are. Number 1, moisturize. Youth is fleeting, but what you can do is moisturize. You can moisturize your face, and you need to hydrate internally. Drink a lot of water. I drink a lot of water. I'm always on the water. Anytime you look at me, I'm drinking water. And in addition to drinking all the water, you want to take care of your nutrition. So you need to find out like what you need, what works for you, what doesn't work for you. If you have any allergies or intolerances, then obviously you want to avoid that stuff. You need to make sure you're getting in an adequate amount of vegetables. I know a lot of people don't care much for vegetables, but they're very important, and there's like definitely 1 or 2 vegetables that you can find that you really like, that you can figure out how to have them every day. You don't have to have like all of them, and you don't have to have like all of the weird stuff that you don't like, but there's definitely got to be like something that you can tolerate, and then you can figure out how to incorporate it into your diet. And an interesting thing that I do sometimes is like with things that I don't like is I'll just chop them up really finely and put them into like a meat sauce or something like that. Another thing I'll do is I'll put flax seeds in everything. I'll put flax seeds in meatballs. I'll put flax seeds in freaking everything, because like it's so good for you. So you want to get your omegas, you want to get your good healthy fats in as well. It's very important. A lot of people worry about their weight, and if they're training for whatever reason, a lot of people tend to cut out fat first, which it's really not healthy for you to cut out fat. I mean, you might look amazing, but it isn't good for you on the inside. You need the fat for your hormones, you need the fat for, your brains, like you need the fat. So you need the fat to keep looking young, so you need the healthy fat, don't cut it out. Find a way to incorporate that in a way that maybe it's not going to make you reach your goals. You can find a way to like lower your quantities or whatever, but don't cut it out altogether. And then definitely don't replace like healthy fats with things like cooking spray and stuff like that. Like if it isn't natural, don't use it. It's not good for you, and it's really not worth it. It's not worth having flat abs when you've got hormonal imbalance, or your hair's falling out. It's not worth it, so that's rule number 1, which is moisturize. Rule number 2 was follow your heart. That's true for everyone. There's like not a single person on this planet that isn't true for. You must follow your heart. If you don't follow your heart will always call out to you, to the thing that you really want to do, and it'll never let up until you finally decide to go ahead and do the thing that you want to do. You got to do the thing that you want to do. That's what following your heart means. Everybody has a different passion in them. Everybody has different talents. Everybody has different needs and different ways of expressing themselves. So whatever it is that you need to do to express yourself, find a way to do it. If you aren't already doing it, you have to follow your heart. I think a lot of us growing up in third culture families, people growing up in the Middle East, Asian cultures, that kind of thing. For me, I'm a third culture child, not a child anymore. I think a lot of us grew up in houses where we were told that you want to do this with your life, and you want to study this, and you want to work in this job. Well, my phone just fell over, so I really need to figure out what to do about this. Anyway, so I was discussing the third culture problem of generally being told like what to do with your life, and how you should go about your future. And often this never includes a conversation about what's in your heart, what you feel like you really want to do, and what you feel your talents are, and how you want to spend your time, what you want to do with your days. So I always say to people, follow your heart. If anybody asks me about anything, my first question to them is, what do you want to do? Follow your heart. That's what the correct answer is for you. Your correct answer is to do you. It's to do the thing that you want to do, not what other people think you should do or what you think other people think you should do. Because honestly, what other people think is none of your business. It's their business. You don't need to worry about what other people think. So if you don't follow your heart will find a way to come at you big time. You might get like anxiety. You might feel overwhelming sadness when you should be feeling quite happy at your achievements and that sort of thing. And one reason I would say for that is probably because you are not following your heart. You probably don't actually want to be doing the thing that you're doing. And this was very true for me. I was in a career that I was doing really well at, but I honestly didn't enjoy it. I really just didn't enjoy anything about it. There wasn't a single thing that I could honestly say that, yeah, I quite like doing this. I didn't like doing any of it. And yet I was good at it, and yet I persevered, and I continued to do it for quite some time. And I didn't take my own advice. I would often think to myself, am I following my heart? And then I would come up with a reason, to rationalize why I wasn't following my heart, or I would try and come up with a way to sort of make an excuse that, well, if I do this, then I'll be able to do that at a different time. And that's another thing. You don't want to get into this thinking loop or this like thought process where you believe that you have to do one thing in order to do another thing, and you can't do the other thing now because you have to do this thing first. Like, it's just not true. The thing you want to do, you do it now. You don't wait 5-10 years to do it. You do it now. The sooner you do it, the better. That's follow your heart. And the third thing is to ask for what you want. Nobody can read your mind. Nobody at all in this life can read your mind. Not someone that you've known for 20 years, not someone who you spend a lot of time with, who knows you really well. Like, nobody can read your mind. At work, if you feel you deserve a promotion, you go in there and you ask for it. You don't just sit there and work and work and work and hope that someone will notice what you've done, because people are not going to notice what you've done. People only notice themselves unless you speak up and say, hey, look at me, look what I've done, and ask for what you want. And even if you do say, oh, look what I've done, they're not gonna like know that what you mean by that statement is that actually you're looking for them to increase your salary or give you a different job title. They're not gonna know that's what you mean. You have to literally ask for what you want. You have to be very specific about what you want. In relationships, the same thing goes. A lot of times people will assume that their partner understands what they need or what they want, and they'll sulk if they don't get it. Or go off into a rage, or be in a really bad mood, or maybe not talk to their partner for a couple of days because they've assumed that their partner knows what they want and they're just not doing it. Nope, they don't know what you want because you didn't tell them. If you did tell them, then you might be right in assuming that they're just not doing it. But if you didn't tell them, then they definitely don't know what you want because you didn't tell them. You have to tell them. Nobody can read your mind. You have to ask for what you want in this life. And whether you get it or not is a different thing. But not asking for what you want is going to guarantee you that you won't get the thing. It won't come to you. Nobody is psychic, and life doesn't work like that. There's no such thing as, oh, if I just work hard enough, or if I just do this, or if I just do that, like I'll get what I deserve. There's no such thing as what you deserve. Life doesn't work like that. You have to ask for what you want, and I can't say that enough. Ask for what you want. There's something that you want right now, go and ask for it. The answer is either yes or it's no. But at the end of the day, if you don't ask, you won't get. That's all there is to it. And that's all there is to it today, party people. It's my birthday, yo.